my undeniable optimism and faith that this is how it is. And if it is, oh, so what? That's okay. Well, then really, so what? You know what I mean? What's the big deal? It minimizes. I seem to have a tendency not to make a bigger deal out of things that other people make a bigger deal. Dramas. I don't like to create false drama. When it comes and it's hard, I am affected. I get the blues. I get sad. I get mad. I'm a shit to be around. I can't get to sleep. I got demons in my own head trying to work the riddle out. Why did this happen? That's the other thing that's tough for me is I think
How are we feeling? Welcome. Welcome to day one, night one of the Complete Business Skill Builder Challenge. I'm so excited to have every one of you who are participating here. Tonight, the objective of these 2 nights to make sure that each one of you all leave with legitimate business foundation, actual offers, brand assets, systems, visibility, and a clear launch plan, right? That can start generating you the income that you're looking for immediately, okay? Tonight is not about motivation, right? We are already motivated to do something different so that we can get those results that we have been longing for, right? Tonight is about implementation, getting in the groove and the habit of implementing, right? By the end of this challenge, every participant should understand business structure, have built a legitimate business foundation, develop an offer, created branding around that offer, built a digital system, right? And understand visibility and sales while having a clear launch strategy. Okay. I'm excited. Right, we're gonna just kick this off. Right, getting started. My name is May She Epteen. Y'all, I have been a financial licensed professional since June of 2016. Right, so I have been doing this for 10 years as a licensed professional. I have also been blessed to also have been earning six figures for around 11 years, and 5 of those years I have been 7 plus income earner. Okay, so that is major. It's one thing to have made it, but it's another thing to have sustained it um, throughout those years. Okay, so I just want to give y'all some of that. I do have my master's in healthcare administration and organizational leadership. I have a bachelor's of science from Grambling State University. I'm also a certified therapeutic recreation specialist, which enables me to be able to assist people through different areas of life, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, using different modalities that normal therapists wouldn't necessarily be able to. So it is a specialized therapy that I am credentialed in. Okay. But nonetheless, I'm also a certified life purpose coach. And I'm an author. I'm an accredited investor. So I have a lot of expertise, right? In many different areas that qualifies me to be here, right? And to be the one to help build your skills tonight, okay? I am a real person with real results. And so I want to just go ahead and start off into module one, okay? This will be broken down. I believe we have 8 modules, okay, and we're going to do our best to get through 4 modules today. Okay, so the first module is we want to go ahead and create some business clarity, right, around business foundation. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay. So I want every one of us to be able to answer, 5 questions, okay? Are we ready to write those down? I'm gonna, you know what, I think I'm gonna type them as well in the chat. Why not? Okay. Okay, so question number one, right? That we are going to answer, right? Who do you serve, right? And then right? Question number two. Now, mind you, now the whole time, right, we're going through this is a skill builder for a reason. We're going to be interactive, okay? You are going to be thinking about this in real time, working through these hiccups, right? This is not something that you're gonna get like a worksheet. No, we're gonna answer these questions right now. We're gonna figure this out tonight, okay? The second question is, right, what problem do you solve, right? Now, mind you, now, if you have multiple things that you do, right, multiple clientele that you serve, list them, right? Because later on, we will prioritize them and position them correctly, okay? So don't limit yourself if this is you, right? The third one is, what result do you provide? Okay. The fourth question is, right, how do you make money? All right. Question five is, why should someone choose you? All right. Does everyone let me know? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you got that.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, let's sit. Let's work on this for a little minute. Is anyone struggling with answering this? Do we need some more time?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. We still got time.
Hey, I'm done. I got it.
You ready? Perfect. You ready to share?
Yeah, let's go. Why not?
Why not? Okay. Who do you serve?
I serve hardworking individuals, families, entrepreneurs, and small business owners who want to improve their financial position, build their wealth, and protect their home and their income. That's what I do.
Okay. What problem do you solve?
Well, I also help people with credit. So I help people with poor and limited credit. I help with tax issues and overpayments, lack of business funding. I help with no life insurance protection, no retirement strategies, and no financial structure or roadmaps. So at the end of the day, I help eliminate the confusion and provide a clear path for financial stability.
Okay. What result do you provide?
Improve personal and business credit. I help access business funding and capital. What else? Build tax advantage retirement plans and create financial confidence for people at the end of the day.
How do you make money?
How do I make money? I generate revenue with multiple streams of income with all the services that I offer in the tax world. So tax preparation, tax software, credit restoration, business funding, life insurance.
And why should somebody choose you?
Because we just don't focus on price. We actually focus on the clientele. We focus on putting that financial puzzle together for the client so we can kind of build their entire future, their entire financial future, I should say.
So if I was to ask you to fill in these blanks, I help blank achieve blank without blank. So
What?
this,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
what?
type it. I'm gonna type it in.
Okay.
Okay, so how can you sum up those 5 things you do with this one sentence?
Let's see what you type in. I help blank achieve blank without blank. I help business owner achieve. Um, let's see. I help business owners achieve. I help entrepreneurs become bankable without stress. How about that?
So I help entrepreneurs achieve bankability without stress.
There you go.
Okay, because I'm asking you all this because this is how we need to have clarity. Okay, we don't have clarity in our business, right? And we don't be able to discuss this and make sure that we articulate this to our clients, to people, right, in confidence and clarity. We won't get anyone to buy. Confused people just do not buy, right? No matter how good it sounds, no matter what it feels like, right? When they're confused, they're just like, I want to spend my money, but I really don't know what I'm spending my money on, right? So it's important that we understand exactly who do we serve, right? It's okay that everyone is not our clientele, right? um we have to know exactly what problem do we solve for this clientele, right, for this audience, okay, right? We need to clearly be able to show, right, what result do we provide, okay? And how are we going to make money from this, okay? And why should someone choose you? Okay. Why you? Okay. Why would you choose you? You need to be able to tell someone that, okay? Do anyone else want to go through the 5 questions that every business owner must be able to answer, right? Um, or do you want to just go ahead and state your clarity statement? Okay. Right? So, for an example, I help entrepreneurs become tax compliant without confusion, right? I help entrepreneurs achieve scalable results without jail, right? I help entrepreneurs achieve retirement and tax strategy without overpaying, what do you do, And so those are just some examples, right? Who else want to give it a try?
Good evening. I have my granddaughter who might talk with
Great
us.
day. Hi.
Hi, this is Kayla. I'm calling you from Atlanta. So you want me to answer the question, or you want me to just
We can go through the full thing if you're ready.
okay.
Let's go.
So I want to say
Who do you
I serve people who carry a lot, C-suite leaders, professionals, entrepreneurs, anyone that is responsible for giving themselves to others. The problem that I solve is I believe I help people increase their capacity for life without increasing the wear and tear on their body. My results, they're more to me productive. They become present and basically they're present more of the things that matter in their lives and the people. How do I make money? I provide solutions through advanced body work, my wellness programs, education, and the goal is to line myself up for more impactful strategic partnerships. Why should someone choose me? Because I'm dope. No, because I help people protect their main asset. You know what I mean? Like the body is the machine. That's the first business that you ever need. That's the first business you'll ever have anywhere to be successful is the body. So those are my answers. So when you say I help, mm, I help people increase their capacity for life without increasing the wear and tear on their body. I got to work on that, but that's what I believe and I love to do. Thank you for letting me share.
I love this. Okay, that was great. Coach Reed, is that you? With your hand up? Did you want to go?
That was a mistake.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how are we feeling? Are we getting more clarity about this?
Definitely.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
I think that was good. Okay. Let's see what we got else here. We got yes, all right. So I want us to make sure that when we are answering these 5 questions, right, that we want to focus on transformation, right, and outcomes instead of generic services, right. um so that's why I kind of like, when Kayla went into like C-suite executives, right, she know that she want those individuals that are from a certain caliber, right. She want to service those individuals and because she knows that they carry a certain stress, but they also more than likely, right, carry a financial asset that can pay her for the services that she provide, right. um at a better rate, and let's be honest with you, right. More than likely, they're probably, better clientele for her. So that's good. She knows exactly, who she prefer, and her prices can show that, right? And her work and her skills also show that, right? So yeah, so that's good, right? So we want to make sure that we're just not being too generic and we are selling a transformation, okay? Because people want to be transformed, right? They want to be something new after they come to you and spend their money. All right. Let's step into module 2, right? And here we get into the business structure and compliance, right, of our actual operation. Okay. Now we're gonna go through a few different structures as we go through the business foundation, okay. And no one is really better than the rest. It just depends on where you're at in business, right, and what fits your current situation. Okay. Now, the fastest one and the one that provides the most least protection, you may have heard of it, is the sole proprietor, right? That is when you are doing business as yourself with your own social security number. Now, that is absolutely legal, okay? Absolutely legal, right? But like I said, it's just the least protection. You do have a risk. That means everything in your name. You'll always be liable for anything that goes on in and out of the business. All of the income, that you spend or use, right, is going to be reflected, of course, on your own social security number, just like that. So any questions about sole proprietor, right? Um, what this does is not, you aren't desirable when it comes to funding, when it comes to benefits of business structures, right? And taxation and stuff like that. So you don't get any favorable benefits when it comes to that as well, okay? The LLC, which is most common, right? It does provide limited liability protection, right? It does separate you and the owner, you yourself from the owner from the business, right? You can go and get separate business bank account, right? You can go and get separate funding, right? That separates, you yourself, the owner, from the business, right? You can establish payroll. There's definitely flexible taxation benefits when it comes to an actual LLC, right? But normally, if you're just an LLC, that money will still be tied to you personally, and you will still be responsible for an extra taxation of 15.3%, which is the Social Security and Medicare tax, right? On top of whatever your federal tax rate may be, right? As an individual or business owner, right? It pertains to ordinary income or any other type of income, okay? Does that make sense? All right. Now there's other structures when we start talking about corporate structures, and depending on if you are deciding to go S corp and treat it as a pass-through entity to where the money is taxed on the S corp side, right? Therefore, you do not have to. Well, it's actually not taxed. How about this? It's actually pass through the S corp side, where it avoids the self-employment tax, and you just pay the ordinary income tax up on it, depending on your federal rate, right? That's with S corp. There are some guidelines and rules that you'll have to follow in order, to to have this election honored, by the IRS for these favorable taxations, like, payroll, income and things like that nature, right? But that would be for you, your CPA or your tax professional to discuss and help you with when it's that time for you to elect that and start reaping the benefits of S corporation, right? And then you got C corp, right? C corp, corporations are taxed at 20%. They have some of the most favorable tax benefits. You definitely going to have payroll. You have key employees. You can do pension plans. You can do accredited investment plans. That's when you are definitely thinking about legacy planning and making sure that, and succession planning, right? So, like again, say like neither one of them are really wrong. It just depends on where you're at in life and where do you want to go in life, okay? But there's always going to be different business formation options and overview, right? So depending on where you're at, well, actually, no matter where you're at, right? The skills that you're going to learn today, right, are going to be needed at every level, right? If you want to run seamlessly, right, and effortlessly. All right, so the most important thing is your state registration. How many people know that we should have our businesses registered in order for us to get a business bank account and start to reap the benefits of being a true business owner, okay? So in order for us to register our business, we have to register it where? Do anybody know where we go to register our business?
Yes, you go through your state government website. So it depends on what state you want to have your business registered in, but you would just go to whatever government site for that county or state that you want to operate in.
Yes. So she is exactly right. So everyone must go to the Secretary of State on which they will like. Yes, they will go to the Secretary of State for their state, right, to complete state registration. All right. And every state looks different. All right. Once you get to your Secretary of State, you will perform a name search. Okay. And you want to do that name search because you want to make sure that the name that you are looking to register, right? The name that you are using to build up the brand that you're about to put out, right, is actually available. You do not want to go out and spend money, get your beautiful logos made, start paying for websites, start getting shirts, design, all that made for a business that you cannot legally own and operate up under, okay? So we always check name availability, all right? Always, all right? So we're gonna do that, okay? And another thing we don't want to do, we don't want to be trying to get an EIN, right? So every business got to have an EIN, the employer identification number, right? Just like your social security number, right? So every business has a social security number. It's called EIN, right? And you have to have that registered, right? So you got to have your state registration and your federal EIN, okay? Your EIN is absolutely free from iris.gov, okay? Your state registration filing is going to be subject to your state filing fees, okay? All right? So, and that's something that you can do yourself and also offer as a service to others. Now, before we go and talk about a business compliance checklist, I want to know, is there anyone who do not understand how to look up their Secretary of State and apply for your business entity? I would love to walk you through it, take you through it right now while we have time so that you can have what you need, okay, to get registered and get in compliance. Do we have any questions about registering your business in another state in order to remain anonymous? Any questions about anonymous business registration or how to operate?
And you talk about that a little bit.
Yes.
I asking because I was with another organization. It's not, I guess, active. I had registered like a real estate company. Still have like the documents, but I guess it's not active. It was out of in Wyoming. Something at that time I think it was like tax
Okay.
wise, but I did it because I could do it, but I didn't understand it.
Okay. All right. So most of the reasons, Tom, people want to register their businesses in anonymous states is to, to just hide the identity, basically, exactly what it is. They want to stay anonymous. They want to be able to operate under the radar, and sometimes people just want to be able to hide their assets. It could be for several reasons, right? You may have you might have creditors, right? You may have someone looking for you, it can be, different privacy issues, right? They can cure, but myself, I do those registrations as well. And for those reasons, especially when it comes to real estate, right? Because you don't want there's some reason, you may not want people to know how much you actually are worth or in value, right? So you would hide pieces, especially of how worth real estate, okay? People do all type of things. People sometimes go to your property, get hurt on your property and try to sue you, right? You just never know, right? I've had, literally family members to get hurt on another family member property and sue their homeowner's insurance, right? So, it happens. So there's plenty of reasons, but I encourage it, right? Especially if it's going to be a business that you're probably going to be moving large sums of wealth through, right? So you would definitely just a lot of those states like Delaware, Wyoming, gosh, it's another one. I can't think right now, but I can look it up. you'll go to their Secretary of States, right? You'll actually, go through their same process, file your business. They'll give you your articles of incorporation. You'll go get your EIN, right? You'll print out your paperwork, right? You'll take it to your bank. Your bank will go ahead and open up your bank account, and it'll be business as normal, right? And the whole time you'll be able to, operate, and continue to do business as normal as you, even just like if you register in that state. Does that make sense?
It does. I thought I had it done, but I just have to book a consult. Yep, I didn't know you did all that. I love it. Thank you.
Yes, I love that. Okay. Oh, did I drop a little coffee on me? All right, let's go over here. What we got? All right, so does everybody understand how to apply for their actual EIN and the importance of it? Because I've had some people sometimes to think that, hey, I did my EIN, but they don't have their business registration right with the actual state. And then sometimes, you have your people go register their business, right? And their EIN is not done. Is there anyone on this call tonight? Okay. Anyone on this call tonight has had their business registered for over 12 months now?
I do have a question about business registration.
Perfect. Let's get to it.
So on the application, when filing a business, it'll say something on there like what type of tax accounts you will need, I guess, like if you have employees or not. So what are those
Right.
exactly? How do you know which one to choose?
Okay, so I know for sure in the state of Louisiana, it does ask you about sales tax, right? Um, and all of us will have sales tax, y'all. The sales tax, if you do not know, right? We have to pay sales tax on all our business property, right? Every pen, every piece of equipment, stick tape, all of that, right? We're supposed to be keeping account as to how many we have in our office at all the times, right? And we're supposed to pay usage tax on that, right? And we pay that usually to our county or our parish. Depending on, in Louisiana, it's your parish, right? We pay that too, okay? Not all times, if we don't register right, that you can slide by it, but eventually you will get that knock on the door, especially if you got a brick and mortar, or especially if you're doing business and they're seeing you filing your taxes. They'll come and look and say, hey, the state getting theirs, the federal getting their ours, city and state, the city, we want ours too, right? So keep in mind that. And then the other one is what we call the employee taxes. If you do that, you're going to have to pay unemployment insurance if you have employees, right? As well as employment taxes. So they ask you that so they can go ahead and register you and get your number for that account. So every time you say that you're going to have this type of tax, you're going to have a sales tax account number now, right? Just like you're going to have your federal registration number, your EIN number, just like you're going to have your state registration number. That's the number that you use to file the taxes around your business. And then once you start saying, I got employees, you're going to have your federal employee account number. Then you're going to have your state unemployment insurance account number that you're also going to have to keep up with, because each one of these accounts, you're going to have to pay money to in order to operate legally and in compliance. So they ask you that, because and the thing about it is, if you agree to it to begin with before you get started, and they establish you that number, they want some record keeping, right? So now you got to record this information, whether or not you make $1 or $1 million, right? Now you got to start doing the paperwork, and that could be an absolute headache when you're not prepared, right? And you're like, wait, I'm just getting started. So great question to ask, and to make sure that you don't start setting up those accounts unnecessarily, so that you're not getting a tax bill or being responsible for a tax bill that you're not even benefiting from right now. You get what I'm saying?
Got it. Thank
That
you.
was a great question.
May Sheila,
No problem. And
That
Go
ac-
ahead.
that actually happened to me. I actually have a fine and a bill for like 10,000 on sales tax because I didn't actually know. I wasn't informed on the proper way to file and report like my records, and they ended up coming up with like an estimate on what they believed I was earning, and then they sent me a bill for it. So I'm actually in the process of trying to rectify that now. So I don't know if you have any services that you offer as far as sales tax repair, but yeah, I actually experienced that hands on.
Yes. Yes, I do it. As a matter of fact, my husband is on the phone. We were just at the comptroller's office last week, I believe, and we were working on 3 of our businesses at one time, right? One nonprofit and one nonprofit, one of our S corps, and one of our LLCs, right? We were working on, okay. And boy, was it a doozy. We had like, I think maybe like 15, I don't know, at minimum 15 forms we had to fill out, right? For multiple years. But when I say I told him, I said, this will discourage a lot of people, right? And scare a lot of people away. I said, I'm so happy that we're going through this to help people get through it. Like, I never want to get this behind again. We got to set reminders, right? It was absolute mess because, because of this, it also affects, your reinstatement and things like this. So I got to go to get a reinstatement letter. So I couldn't even pay my franchise fee with the state, So, and that affects your business, and if it affects your business banking, it affects your funding and your money flow, right? So it can be a whole, domino effect of things, right? So I'm saying that's all to say, yes, we know what to do. Yes, we help, right? They can definitely give you forgiveness. Is there going to be paperwork? Yes, right. Are you going to probably have to call? Yes. Would you probably have to go up there? Yes. But the thing about it is, we don't take no for an answer. We get it done. Because it can be done, right? There are humans just like us. They understand that, hey, we make mistakes. So a lot of times, like they said, they will wipe your fees all the way through. They know that you didn't make no money. All of this, I have nothing, right? The worst case scenario, you may end up like me, paying fines, right? And it was only $200 worth, right? And that was better than me paying taxes and fees on stuff that I did not make or earn, right? So it was worth it. $200 in about 3-4 hours of our time. So it can be done. I would love to work with you and help you resolve that issue.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I was asking y'all if you have you filed your business over 12 months, because I want to make sure that you are on top of your renewal. Okay. It must be time. I know when it's time to pay your franchise fee. Okay. Do not let it lapse. Do not get forfeited. Do you know if you forfeit your business and I'm watching you, right? And I'm checking and see when the last time you registered your business, right? And the last time you updated it and you forfeited because you late, I can go register and take your business name. Just like that. And what if I also got a trademark pending because you ain't did your trademark yet, right? And I'm ready for it to jump on that. So we can't take our business and our stewardship lightly, right? We have to be responsible and make sure that we are aware when it's time to renew. Okay, so this is a big responsibility, stepping into ownership. We got a lot to take care of, right? But like I was telling a couple of my good sisters earlier, a lot can be very good, right? A lot can be very good. It's not a lot to me. It's not a bad thing, right? It's a blessing, right? It shows that I can be trusted with more. So we want to make sure that we're good stewards, okay? So let's go over the business compliance checklist, right? We want to make sure that we're operating with the best protection, right? And the best setup and structure that's gonna be aligned with our growth, right? So we want to make sure we got an LLC or a corporation. We want to make sure that we have an EIN, right? We want to make sure that we have a business bank account, right? Who needs a business bank account? that has their business registration and business EIN. Who needs a business bank account? All right, so we all good? All right, perfect. If you need a business bank account, let me and Mark know. All right, so we can hook you up with our business bankers. Now, business email. Who needs a business email? Okay, nobody's saying nothing, but I know some people on the call need a business email. So this is what we're going to do. All right. We are going to go to Gmail because everybody has a Gmail, correct? We're going to go to Gmail and I'm going to show you all, right, how we will do Gmail. Let me share my screen. Well, first, you know what we're going to have to do? We are going to have to do Squarespace. So first we're going to go, you'll go here, right? Squarespace.com. And you'll purchase you a domain, all right? Because you have to have a domain for your business email, okay? So let's just say you already have a domain. I know Kayla has a domain, ATL Bodyworks, right? So, and she wants to now get her a professional email if she don't have one, all right? She could actually come here or go to, you know, where she bought her domain and register a professional email, either with Google or, you know, Microsoft Office also provides it, right? So once you get an email address, right, a domain, so I can show you this one. This is one, right? We got the update that looks like, but anyway, so you will go here, right? You can literally go here in your email, okay? Hit email, and then you can literally set up your email from your domain right here, right? That will go to Google, right? It'll take you to a Google, so it's just that easy, okay? All right, and then this will give you an actual email address, which you'll set it up however you want. Does that make sense? And then you'll be able to set you up a business email. Let me see if I can go through the process here. Oh, so boom. So it'll be here. You hit manage plan, right? Let me see what email this address this is. All of my domains are Google domains. Like the Macia.com, the complete tax training software.com. So it's taking a long time. Sample. Let me go to another one. Okay, so I'm gonna start here because I want to show y'all how to get started. Okay, so let's just say when you buy your domain, all right, you'll hit get started. It'll take you through the process. Perfect. It's gonna take me to the process. All right. All right, so at this point, you will select your plan, right? You can literally it's okay to do the $7 a month, right? And I believe $7 a month is definitely worth you paying, right? For your business email address. Okay. So you would buy your email right here. This would be the domain. They'll ask you, what do you want to put here? Like say if you wanted to put Macy, right? So this will be your new email address you're buying, Macy at cfglegacy.com. You'll put this information in, all your contacts, save and continue, and then you'll pay, right? And at that point, right, you'll literally log into Gmail with this email address, and it'll prompt you to select the password, and that'll be your new email address. You'll be able to go add it to your phone, log in when you go to google.com and log into your Gmail, just like that. Does that make sense
Yes.
on how
And
to
then,
set up a business email?
yes.
Okay, does anybody want to try to process, or do y'all understand how to get it done?
I had my original Gmail address turned over in Squarespace to a business email address.
Is it a Gmail or is it an actual domain?
It's a Gmail, and it's actually I have a domain for.
Okay. So in order for it to be a business email address, it has to have a domain like .com, .net. It actually has to be a domain that you own. And that's what your bankers, your investors, your clients, and customers want to see, right? For an example, you see this behind me, who is Macy.com, right? And then that's a domain, right? So a business email address would be Macy at whoismacy.com, right? So every business, we make sure that we have a business address assigned to it that we want people to take serious, right? Bankers, when they start talking about, become, that bankability that Marcus talking about earlier, right? You got a business name out there, they're going to want to make sure that, hey, that you also got a domain and business email that's matching it as well, okay? And that goes into the business phone number, right? Do you have an actual business phone number that we can contact you, right? Or that can be listed publicly, okay? As a business contact information. That is very important, right? You can go to, I know I've used eVoice for years before I got my GHL system. Now I have my number through GHL, which is automatically hooked up, right? Um, of course, we just went through domain name. That's a must have, right? You got to have your domain name, as well as a website, right? If you're going to have a domain name like whoismacy.com or iammacy.com or CFG Legacy, once you put that domain out there, right, to the public, it needs to have a landing site, right? Whether it's an actual full website or an actual landing page, right? Also, how are we going to take money, right? We cannot rely on Cash App and we cannot rely on Zelle, right? We cannot rely on Apple Pay as a business owner. Why are we not able to invoice and collect payments, right, with a payment processor, okay? So we need to make sure we have a payment processor, right? I'm still stuck on Stripe. I love Stripe. Stripe lends you money if you go to, have the revenue flowing through, right? Stripe is amazing when it comes to, for me, customer disputes and handling them. If I show proof, right? Stripe is integrated in so many different platforms that allows me to, log in and collect payments in so many different ways. I love it that we have a lot of buy now, pay later options for my clients through Stripe, right? And then also an accounting system, right? Are you using QuickBooks, right? I love Stripe too because they have built-in accounting system for all the money that flows through there. So it's easy for me to download and keep up with and, manage when it's time for tax season or showing any proof of income, okay? Another thing that we must have on a business compliance checklist is an operating agreement, right? Do we have our operating agreement? Okay. I will be making sure that y'all all have an example operating agreement that y'all can use right in your business, and contracts. Do you have the necessary contracts for your business, right? Consent to photograph, consent to videography, right? Consent to use for marketing and promotion, right? Do you have consent to use and disclosure, right? Do you have NDA? Do you have mediation agreements, right? Within those contracts, right? To resolve such issues, right? Do you have breach of contract, right? Do you have um identification, clauses up within there, right? So what do you have? Like, we need to make sure that all of those are very important, right? When we start talking about business and taking money for services, right? Or products, okay? How does those terms and condition looks, right? Refund, cancellation policy, right? Is all of that clearly stated where the client can reach it, okay? And find it on, right? So again, this whole part of module 2 is to teach that structure protects revenue and position businesses for growth. Okay. We can't get too excited about money that we forget to structure. All right, and protect it. Do we have any questions when it comes to module 2, right? We have we got about 15 minutes that I can give in live demonstration and implementation for module 2, whether it's through right now helping somebody look up a contract or operating agreement, setting up their Stripe. This is where I can do live execution with you. We got about 15 minutes I can possibly spare, in this module before we move on to the next module.
Hey, Maishi, it's Angelica.
Hey.
So I just have one little simple thing. You prompted me to go look at my business file annual report, and so I need to update it. And I need a a virtual address.
Okay.
So I need your assistance with that. I was using iPostal
Okay.
initially, and I know you offer that as well. So could
Yes.
we get together and work on that?
Yes. 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 Let's definitely do that, right? I definitely have virtual address in Louisiana that you definitely can utilize, right? And I'm happy she asked that, y'all, because if you do not know, whenever you're registering for your business, your licenses, your certifications, anything like that where the public can look you up, okay, right? Any license that I claim I got, guess what? You can go to that board, you can go to the licensing and governing body and check it. Amen. Any certifications that I claim, you can go check me and look it up, right? So that means that when y'all go look me up, I don't want y'all to go look up and know exactly where I live at. No way, Jose. I got to have a business address, right? On wherever I hold my license or certification at, right? So people can publicly see me and identify me, right? And my business location. And if all I have is my personal address, then guess what? Everybody has that information. So that's very wise of Angelica to look and say, hey, I need to have a separation and buffer between my personal address and my professional address, right? Because you don't need nobody looking you up and finding out who you are on a personal level, right? When it comes to profession, right? Or personal. Make sure that y'all do look that up and make sure that you do not have your personal information out there, okay? That's good. Any other questions? Anybody would like for me to show them what I mean by getting a number or Yeah, I just showed y'all domain name and business email all in one. We're
Yes,
gonna go
business number.
business number. All right, let's get to it. Um, do anybody have something in particular? I know Mark, you use some. What do you think about? Should I show them e-voice, Mark? Where's Mark at?
Say that again. What's the question?
Should I show them e-voice, Mark? For business number, or do you or you have another one?
eVoice good. I got eVoice as well. I use that one.
Okay, you got e-voice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Hmm. Oh man. So my old account for e-voice is closed. See, I don't need none of this stuff no more since I got GHL. So, but I love GHL. So I'll try to block in. My old account is closed. But this is where y'all will go, okay? Um, you go here, right? And if you had an account, right? I used to have an account. I got kicked out. You literally go here, and you'll register, but eVoice is where you go. This is an amazing site. I use this site for, oh my gosh, well over almost a decade, right? You hit get started. You can do sign up now, like it's $14 a month. Absolutely amazing. You can have multiple extensions. You can customize. Everything, like it has everything you ever need, right? Auto attendant, greeting, hold music, virtual fax. It even has a mobile app, right? You can add on a live receptionist, a person. You can add on so much, right? I love it. It was fun. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. Um, Especially if you are a person that has like so you are a service provider and you work a lot throughout the day, and having somebody just to pick up those calls for you and say, hi, I'm Kayla. Let's just say I'm going to use your example, Kayla, because I know you be massage different. Hi, this is Kayla assistant. Sorry she's not available right now, but can you please leave a message and she'll get back with you, right? Just having something say that, right? It sounds amazing. People are more likely to, you know, leave a message or say, hey, and if you don't mind, just go to the website, book your appointment. We'll love to see you. See you soon. A voice like that. Or what if it's your voice pre-recorded? You know what I'm saying? Hi, it's Kayla. I'm giving the, whatever service, that you can think of. I can't wait to serve you. I'm busy right now, but head over to the website and book. And since I'm busy or something, take 5% off, or give me a discount code or something, But it's just those things like that this can help. So that's what I used to use this for, because I was never was able to like pick up my phone. I'm always had so many clients in person. I used to have so many clients in person. This used to be good for picking it up and making people feel like they've heard, they remember it right, and that they're wanted. So consider that in business. And plus, guess what? It's a tax write-off, right? What else y'all think about? All right. So
I
we
think
know the domain name. Go ahead.
I think everyone should get with you and get to a high level because it's amazing. It takes your business to a
Yes.
whole nother level, and it has all of the things that we pay for separately all in one, and it can really game change your business.
Plus, it has
That is true.
all the
That is
automation
true.
that you desperately need for your business. We can't be everywhere at one time. So with the automations, it help out. Go High Level has everything from social media automations to email campaign automations to website automations when they trigger something. So it's the perfect tool for young business owners.
Yes, that is true. And I'm going to show y'all Go High Level more tomorrow when we go in and actually do our landing page and everything. I'm going to show y'all mini chat too. That is the automation system that people use their business. But you'll see tomorrow in Go High Level that everything I'm showing you today is going to be all in one system. Okay, so you'll see. So y'all, this is what mini chat looks like, right? If you ever, you're on somebody's page and like like my husband to say, babe, I know you just didn't respond to me. I'm looking at you, right? And I'm like, what? He was like, somebody, you just made a post. I liked it. I commented. I got a comment back, but I'm looking at you right here and you ain't do none of this, right? Complete automation. And this you can go and set it up separately through here. But of course, I'm going to show you tomorrow the power of Go High Level and having it through here, right? This is one of the many ways, well, the few ways that you can, set up automations, right, and engage better and grow your audience. This is if you are still in an a la carte, right, and you want to, have your credit card here, there, everywhere, with trying to run it and manage everything. But this is if you don't need everything all at once, right? This is if you are here and all I need is automations, right? So you have this option as well, right? Mm-mm-mm. Are we learning, y'all? Are we feeling more confident
Yes,
in what we
definitely
Yes,
know?
confirming
Right?
we're on
definitely.
the right path.
Always, we always learning.
Yes,
Always.
and I hope that and I hope with what we're doing, right, is even confirming some of y'all beliefs and in y'all efforts that y'all been doing. Like I've been doing this, right? I'm on the right, like y'all said, like I'm on the right path, right? I'm getting this done. Okay, are y'all is it gonna let me sign in? Y'all is it gonna hate on me? Let me see. Don't be a hater. Can y'all see my cute pink mic I bought? Can y'all see this? Yeah. No. It's so cute. Come on, Facebook. I always want some extra action. Let us in. Cause I don't know how I got logged out. Ah. Reconnect. This is restart your previous setting for this connection. Okay. Just let us in, friend. Okay. So we are finally getting into mini chat. I just want to show y'all, if you have not seen what mini chat is, right? Exactly what it is. All right, so let's go here. So when you are inside of mini chat, okay, it will take you. You will click on your account, right? And now it's going to take you to all these different amazing workflows that will respond to you. And I believe how many TikTok and mini chat now we're talking? Oh, it looks like they just maybe they have added TikTok to it, right? Let's see. Let's go to automation. And look, they have mini chat AI now. Okay, so that should be helpful. All right. So with this thing, right? So let's just show. This says 98 run. So this is an Instagram default reply. Let's look at this, how this works, right? So I wanted to set up an automation, right, to be an Instagram default reply. And if any of you have ever messaged me on Instagram, you probably got this reply, just off of what? Default. So let's see what it says, right? Look, and I've got 79 unique contacts, right? So it says the user sends me a direct message, right? So when? That means when do I send this, right? And it says when they send me a direct message, then it replied, yes, it's Maishi reply, right? So I say, yes, it's me, Maishi. You see how I want you to know how to say my name. Say my name, say my name. So don't be shy. Tell me how I can improve your quality of life with my knowledge, skills, and insights. What does it say? It's click to ratio, right? It says I got I got 17 clicks. Users click 14, right? Some people open it, but these people are really clicking to see what's going on, right? And now you can actually see who are people that actually clicked it too, right? So now you can know exactly who is actually basically messing with you and who's interested in, you know what I'm saying, and finding out more about you, right? Y'all, you can run this weekly or monthly, right? And this is just one of them. Let me show you how I built this, right? All right, so this is how you build it. It's just like this, right? You'll hit a trigger. A trigger is something that says, I start this, you want to use it. Let's say user reply to your story, right? I add that on, right? When the user reply to my story, right? I can say all stories, right? Or I can say when the words contain this, right? Or, I want to hit save to make it live, right? So now it says, now when a user reply to my story, it's also going to send them this right here. Yes, it's Maishi. You know what I'm saying? So don't be shy. And they're going to hit, yes, click to connect. And when they hit click to connect, what does it say? It's going to take them to what? This website URL, right? Now, if I wanted to make this even longer, I can add some more to it, right? But that's just one automation, right? And you can build as many automations as you want, right? And tie it to your stuff. That makes sense? That sounds like a lot?
No, it's dope.
Pretty dope, huh? It's fun. It's fun, y'all. Very fun. So that's just, mini chat, okay? That's something that you can use and build on your own, right? And that's definitely automations and marketing. All of that is definitely available in GHL 2. Let me show y'all. Now let's move on to module 3, for the sake of time. I love to give y'all information today that you can use, right? Get y'all pumped up because, man, y'all gonna be thinking about y'all business, who y'all are, who y'all serve, how much you want to buy, sell it for, and all of that, your offer, because tomorrow we're gonna put it together and it's gonna be so pretty. Just tell somebody that, hey, I'm Leonora Elliott and I have just launched my new website and I would love for y'all to go check it out, right? And then you got your booking link, right? For not only taxes, but to even discuss, your financial future with me, right? I have an intake form, okay? I have an interest form. Like, come on, I got a lead generator. We're gonna have all those tomorrow, okay? All right, so amazing. So the next thing we're going to do is talk about the $1 million offer formula. Amen, right? Because what we need to understand is this. People do not buy services, right? They buy outcomes, right? So people buy outcomes, right? not services, okay? So again, right? You can be doing body contouring just like the other person body contouring, right? But I'm gonna go to the person that is promising me a transformation, right? Not just lipo, you know, 360 or whatever body contouring, right? I'm going to go to the person that tells me that their wood therapy is going to break down fat and sculpt me and give me the hourglass figure versus somebody who just says, wood therapy, holistic. Like, no, right? Give me the transformation, all right? So think about that, okay? So we got a framework when it comes to building an offer, okay? My offer, right, is my solution to their problem, okay? So what is the problem? Who can tell me the problem, right, that they solve for their audience? Who remembers their problem? Anybody? I know that my audience, right, pain point is scalability, right? Is growth, right? Without retirement. I know the problem that I fix, okay? Right. So I know I provide a solution. I'm a licensed professional, right? That can provide the products, right, to reposition and restructure their money so that it can grow tax free, so that they can, retire, without depending on, Social Security or savings that does not grow at a rate that they need in order to survive, right? I do that, right? I know that I can transform their situation and take them from actively working to passively earning, right? I know I can do that. All right. So I know my people problem. I know the solution I provide, right? And I can take them through the journey of the transformation. Does that make sense? Can you do that to your clients? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to make sure that we are able to do, right? Like the example should be just like this: tax preparation, right? Maximize your refund, reduce IRS stress, just like that, right? I provide tax preparation, okay? What I'm going to do is be able to maximize your refund and reduce the IRS stress, right? So, it can just be that simple. So right now, what we're about to do is we're about to spend some time, okay? We are about to spend some time and create our offer. All right. Now, I want you to keep in mind, okay, there's 3 pricing formulas, and write this down, okay? There's 3 pricing formulas, okay? So the first one is starter, okay? And when you are starter, your pricing formula is going to be between $99 and $499. $99 and $499, right? Starter prices. Professional prices usually range from $500 to $2,500. Okay. Professional prices are $500 to $2,500, right? So, you may have starter packages like consults, right? Analyzations, like reviews, right? Then you might have professional service like the actual tax preparation, the actual, credit restoration process, right? The actual service, after, interviewing to see if you're a good candidate, for wood therapy or things like that, right? The actual implementation of the hairstyle, right? So things like that. Then you got premium services, right? The 2,500 to 10,000 plus, right? This is when we start to talking about premium coaching. We start to talking about, now we are teaching us our skills, right? Our talents, our gifts, so that you can go out and make money from, what we're able to give you and provide you, okay? So that's like, transferring your power to others so they can go make money. So you want to charge more for that, right? So the whole purpose of this module 3 is because I want to make sure that I teach y'all how to package your value, you know what I'm saying? And make sure that you are providing the bonuses and support for the transformation. Okay. So let's go with the first thing that we need to know when we are creating our core offer. All right, let me put this in here. Create your core offer. And we are in module 3. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we want to create our offer name, right? What do we want to call this offer? How do y'all like the name of this offer? The Complete Business Skill Builder Challenge. That's a pretty cool offer name, right? So what do you want to call your offer, right? Think about your offer. Think about your audience, right? Think about the problem you're solving, right? What is the name of my offer?
Macy,
Yeah.
mine
ahead.
is well, what I'm doing now is I have a goal in mind. I'm doing 90 minutes of the wood, and I'm working on the trademark. Everything is the Kayla method. So I'm just branding.
Okay.
It's basically the Kayla method. That's a 90-minute session. It's $300. That's starting.
Okay.
But I know there's still some more tweaks because I'm limited. I'm only going to take 4 a day. I might do some more, but right now I'm looking at it like that. But there's other services that I do, but right now I really want to focus on the summer bodies. Because I like the
Okay.
results that I'm seeing, and that's kind of like where the hype is kind of going. So I guess for me, mine would just be it's the Kayla method.
But the Kayla method, right? But the Kayla method is more than with therapy, right? It's
Mhm.
Kayla method.
It
You
really
use
is.
different tools with every method, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
I thought about that like afterwards, you know what I mean? Because like I said, that's where I'm going, where it's like the Kayla method. The massages are the nervous system, nervous system support.
Yes, I love the Kayla method. But it's like, we need to name your offer.
Okay.
Because you got more than one method.
Okay. Okay. We'll work on that. Okay.
But I love what you said, the summer vibe. I'm trying to think of something with it.
I had somebody, wait, what did she text me? I didn't like it. Because it's just not for me. A buddy of mine was like, well, can you name something like ATL ho? And I'm like, no. I get it, but that's not for me. I like it, but not to push it out there. It could be catchy, but I'm not real, I don't follow trends. I try to create them. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm looking for,
what about Summer by Kayla for your summer body method that you're offering? Come get Summer by Kayla. I don't know.
that's not bad either.
Summer
Okay,
body.
she said you need a name for
Yeah,
a
summer.
product launch event that plays on rap lyrics. Think about Atlanta and the balance between church and street.
Mm,
I was like, what? That's my Jewish friend though. But she was like, I like
yeah,
ATL. Ho. I was like, no, that's no. I mean, that is, how we talk here, but no.
yeah,
So I'm working for something that is more, like I said, with my product Peachtree Slim. Yeah, that's an Atlanta thing.
yeah.
And I did want to have everything themed, but I just kind of went more towards the Caleb method. But I see now looking at how you said far as I have everything except the what is the offer? Because even with the landing page, I'm seeing how it's making sense now. Like what is the offer? I'm gonna work on that.
Mm,
Thank you. You have my wheels turning.
yes, yes. You got my tip. Yes, but just think about okay, Summer by Kayla. Your target client would be the girls that's looking to get the tightest, slimmest, sexiest body, tightest body ready for the summer, right? you are, that would be your target client for that, right? The problem solved is, guess what? I want to give you what the gym can't give you really fast, right? I want to not have you risking, any surgical or downtime, right? So I'm solving that problem, right? My results given is immediate results that you can go show off, right, at the pool party, club, wherever. I'm immediate results. The price is this, right? Come get Summer by Kayla, right? Using the Kayla method. Don't nobody got this method but me, right? Summer by Kayla. Something. It's
ATL
summertime,
Body
ladies.
by Kayla.
Yeah, because her name work is ATL Body Work. So
Okay, ATL Body by
yep.
Kayla. Nice.
That's
But
not bad either.
just like that. I love
Kayla,
it.
I think you should also maybe try to do like a summer reset, being that you work with the nervous system. I think playing on the nervous system and your marketing could really be catchy too, because a lot of women are starting to just find out about the nervous system. And I believe implementing on that as well as the sexy body would be great.
Because I also thought about, I do the Pure Sculpt, the ice, and I thought about, it kind of hitting it like it's a cold summer because it's the charcoal ice. But like I said, I don't know. I just
That's
was like,
catchy. I
you
like
know what I
that.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
okay. So I'm listening to you. I think I got several offers. Okay.
Well, you need to have several offers because the Kayla method consists of several modalities,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
and then you personalize them. I love it.
Power
Yes.
purpose product
Who?
starter kit.
Okay, that's what you
Just
want.
troubleshooting. I'm troubleshooting. I got anything, but I got all my stuff over here. Only thing I'm missing in real life is my EIN and my business account, and I'm working on it. I got so much going on. Mark
So hold
when
on.
it's
Did you
time
do
for me
your
to open
business
that
registration
business account.
already? Well, we can get your. I
Remember, I
can
told
get
you
you
I let my
the
LLC
email.
expired.
Okay, so you need to
Yeah, I know how to do everything.
reinstate.
I just need to go and read. Yes. So
Okay,
what's today?
so let's get you
Monday, Tuesday. I'm
reinstated, but
working
we're gonna
tomorrow.
definitely move on and get your gonna definitely make sure that tomorrow we go ahead and still implement your and execute your actual offer. Okay, so still today we need to come up with an offer name, right? We need to know who is our target client, right? For me, like I told y'all, like, hey, I want to work with people who already know how to make money, who's already making money, right? My people got to be already generating income some type of way, okay? Because I can't. There's no problem for me to solve if you ain't got no money problem. You know, I solve money problem. So if you don't got no money, then you ain't got no problem, and I ain't got no reason to talk to you. So know your people, so you're not wasting your time. Okay, you know how to know, like, hey, you're not my client. Why am I talking to you? You know, like be honest. So know that. Okay, your time is valuable. Know exactly who you are, what you provide, and whether or not this person even fits into your offer. Okay. Who else can work on their offer, right? Because tomorrow, y'all, we're gonna have to put this offer into AI to create us a landing page or a functional website. And we're gonna have to hook up Stripe to it, right? To start accepting payments for ourselves. So as long as you got a bank account tomorrow, whether it's business or personal, we are going to set up Stripe. Okay. You're just going to have to be running up under your social security number as a sole proprietor until you get your LLC. Okay. Because you still legally can run and operate a business, as we just found out earlier. Okay. So you still can be a business owner. How y'all feeling?
I'm lit. I'm excited. I don't know about nobody else. I'm so excited. Thank you, Maisha.
You're so welcome.
Right.
Where are we at? Do we need to correct anything else? Before we go here, so that everybody know how to create their offer, okay? Do anybody else want to share their offer name or want to discuss it before we get off this call? I mean,
Yes,
not before we got off this call. We still got some minutes next module.
I
Go ahead, I'm ready.
I feel like my core offer should go along with my book, The Created Transformation Experience.
Ooh, okay, that's our core offer name. Okay, and who is our target client? Who are we looking to reach?
Faith driven women from ages 35 to 60 who are tired of feeling stuck and are ready to transform their mindset, health, and habits and life.
I love that. I feel that I'm connecting. All right, and what problem are you going to solve for me?
Help overcome self doubt, limiting self beliefs, inconsistencies, emotional barriers that keep you living, that keep you from living the life God designed you to live.
Okay, and what results can I expect when I make this when I connect with this offer?
A clear vision, renewed mindset, stronger faith, an actionable plan, increased confidence, and sustainable habits that help create the life that my client deserves.
Okay, and how much is this going to cost me?
Still working on that part.
Is this a one-time call or what is this? It's a
The
program.
core it's a it's a
Mhm.
build, it's a strategy session call.
Okay.
And then
For
I
how
want to
long?
build for 90 minutes.
Okay. I got a question.
Okay.
How much do your time cost now in your current position on average?
An average about $100.
Okay. So what is your current offer now? It's going to be how much your price is going to be?
197.
Okay. And why is it going to be $100 more than it currently is, and you're doing less physical work now?
You got me thinking. Um,
Can I tell you my opinion?
yes.
Have your parents or have you ever heard an elder tell you that the person that gets paid for their brain will always get paid more than the person that gets paid for their hand?
That makes sense.
Because now you are thinking like an owner, because now you are moving like a leader, right? Now you are operating in a more competent and confident space, right? And now you are realizing, I'm valuable. I have something to give, right? I can produce in transformation. You believe in your transformation enough that you say that, hey, 90 minutes of my time is worth 197, right? And I'm going to give you actionable results, right? That is going to improve the quality of your life.
Yes.
I took it as you're more confident in your ability to transform people over here than you are in what you've been doing for all these years. Because why on earth would you physically work for less, right?
Yes.
All right. And I had to ask you that because I had to show you where your unconscious mind was at. I mean, your subconscious mind was at, okay? Your
Yes.
subconscious mind is already telling you that you worth more, that you deserve more, right? That you can have more. That's what your subconscious mind told you that without you thinking about that, right? Because you didn't have the answer, but you did have the answer. That makes sense?
It does.
So that should put you right and let you know your price, if nothing else does.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I say something, Mayor?
Go ahead.
And Coach, I'm nowhere as skilled and successful as Macy. However, from what I heard, what you offer is too wordy. This is just my opinion. I think it's just too wordy. I'd like for you to get to the point what you're offering. I get what you're saying, but
Yes.
if I'm buying it from you, I want to know like what are you talking to me about? You know what I mean? Like get to the gist
A
of it.
natural
'Cause
flow.
yeah, and then
Gotcha.
I think you said 90 minutes. Even for myself, that's too long. But 90 minutes, that's a lot of conversation between people because we say so many words. That 197 might just be a 45, 60-minute strategy call. That's just me. But I
Okay.
know, and I've had conversations with you when you're in your mojo, you can just spit it. But to me, that's just too wordy. I like for you to consider shortening it and just let me know, you know what I mean? Let me know how dope you are. What can you do to change? How can you change my life? That's just all I
Okay.
want you to do. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Kayla.
That is amazing. I love that feedback. Yes, because that's something to consider. Like, how long do you really want to work for your money? I mean, that's a big improvement. $100 extra for 90 minutes, and you just been able to talk. But also, you want to, like you said, you want to make sure that it is purposeful and it is valuable to conversation, right? So, I didn't go into your programming, but I would assume that it would be more than just the call, right? You will have, action steps, feedback, um, implementation, all during the call as well, right? Uh, if it's going to be 90 minutes, as a strategy session. But that's another time, right? We can go into
Okay.
deeper into that. For but for the sake of this, you got to offer. You got to target client. You're solving a problem, right? And your results and price, right? Definitely wordy, but we can definitely
Refine
structure
it.
it and reduce
Uh-huh.
it, right? Yes, refine it most definitely. Who else? Do anybody else want to share their core offer or discuss it before we close out with module 4?
I have some value that I would like to add.
Okay.
One thing that I learned a while ago, which really helped me with explaining what I do, is this thing called an elevator pitch. And pretty much what you do
Mhm.
is you think about like explaining what you do, for someone in an elevator ride. So for instance, like for my business, I would say, I help entrepreneurs start, scale, build businesses, and acquire funding for those businesses through business credit. So just like that, within like a few seconds, I can explain what I do. So that's just something that everyone can, take and just think about when you're explaining it. Just try to explain it really quickly with like, you
Less
know,
words.
exactly. So that was
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And all of that, y'all, is so true, and you'll learn that. And mind you now, it's gonna come with practice, it's gonna come, with repetition. You're gonna have to, be in the mirror, saying it over and over again, right? You may even record yourself saying it 3 different times, right? And use the video that sounds the best to study yourself from, right? All those different things, are great techniques to build your confidence, right? And letting others know exactly what you do. And sometimes, right, you do so much that you have to make sure that you have an elevator pitch depending on what room you're walking in, right? Because depending on your audience, right, they may only want to know about this particular thing, and you don't want to lose the lead or bury the lead, they say, right, by letting them know too much that's not relevant to what their demands or actual needs want. Okay, so when you offer multiple things, be able to identify, what actual thing, right, will help your client problem or the audience problem that you are currently presenting to at that time, if that makes sense. Okay. I love that. So let's finish up tonight. We're going to finish up with module 4, right? And that's brand foundation. Okay. Now we're getting to brand foundation. And this is where we're going to be talking about and creating our actual business name, our actual tagline, right? We're going to talk about, hey, do we know our brand colors? Okay. For me, I have brand colors depending on where I'm at, right? So the core color that's going to be no matter what is I'm going to have gold in it, whether it's pink and gold or black and gold, right? When I'm dealing with all women, I'm a pink gold person. Might throw some silver and white, right? That's it. When I'm doing gender neutral, I'm a black, gold, white person. May throw a little hint of pink, what I'm saying, just to show my personality. But I have my brand colors and they have been consistent for the last 10 plus years, right? Logo direction, right? What do you want your logo to be, right? Like a lot of times, like I like for my logos to be I'm showing here on the left side, but to me, like when I look at my picture, like I want it to be on the right side of me, right? So I have my logo placement over there, right? Your social handles, right? You want to make sure that whenever you are also advertising and presenting, right, you got your social handles and you want to make sure that they all are pretty much consistent, right, across the board, okay, that people can find you. And of course your domain name, right? You want your domain names to all, match and make sense. Okay. So basically we want to make sure that our brand is actually communicating professionally, right? Across all areas and platforms, right? So that we can continue to build trust and clarity. Does that make sense? So I know some of us have our business name, right? But I want us to think that does our business name identify with our offer? Does our business name identify with the audience that we want to target? Okay. Is our business name identifying with trustworthiness, right, and professionalism? Right. So let's think about that. Okay. And it's okay, sorry, to get a new business name or, to create a new business name or to do a DBA, right? Up under the business name we love so much. But all of that is very important. Okay. Does anybody need assistance, right? With thinking of or creating business name or, or a tagline for their business. Okay. What's a tagline, for a business, right? Complete tax and training software, business name, right? Software design with the professionals in mind, right? Um, complete financial groups, right? Accurate and professional tax filing, right? And now we've added up some more, right? Make sheet outreach, okay? Improving the quality of life for those in need, okay? Things just like that, okay? Macy FT, personal and professional development services, so taglines, what's gonna follow, with it. Does that make sense?
Can you talk about when we should use a DBA?
Yes. Okay. You should use a DBA whenever you are just basically adding another service or a similar service, right, up under your current business. So basically, let's just say you are, already in the financial industry. Manisha, what's the name of your business? Tell me. I forgot.
Building business wealth.
Okay, building business wealth, right? So if you want to go in and add your life agent business up under that, right? That's fine, and call your life agent business, business wealth builders in life, right? no problem with that, right? You want to go and add your tax business up under that as well, right? You can and name it, you know, wealth tax advisors, business wealth tax advisors doing business as you can, right? It's all going, it's within it. Now, if you wanted to go do, Manisha snow cones and treats, right? Now we're different NAS codes, SEC codes, business, dealing like, so it wouldn't really align. So now we would need to separate those two business, entities because they're not within the same industry. Does it make sense? And business code.
Yeah, it does. Thank you for that clarity.
No problem. And take it from me. Whenever you got the DBAs aligned, like for example, you want to start a new program or, like say a book or something that's aligned within the same program, do the DBAs versus creating separate entities just because you don't want to have to deal with the tax liability of it when it comes to commingling funds, or any tax evasion issues, anything like that, right? Or paying, extra taxes, on a state or federal level, or extra filing fees when you can just DBA, right? Learn from my mistakes and experiences. If it align, just create a pretty name and DBA it. And a payment link for it. All right, so before we do this, I want to make sure that I get all of y'all with the Lovable link. That's what we're going to be working with tomorrow to create our website and business tool. So if you don't have Lovable, I'm about to put it in the chat right now so that you can go ahead and create it. Because we're going to start off tomorrow to finish up with actually creating our actual offer, right? So let me get this link for you and we'll spend our last few minutes getting that set up. And it's okay if you already have, a website, you can still use this, okay? It is A-okay, right? I want you to know that. Oh, now my PowerPoint wants to show up. Ain't that something? It was so pretty. I'm so excited y'all join me. I really, really, really love teaching and sharing knowledge and bringing clarity to business owners, right? It's a lot of stuff sometimes we know, right? And we know it, but we just need some assurance, right? So that we can make sure that we are going in the right direction and not, spinning our wheels or running circles, around ourselves. So definitely ask, and we want to make sure we leave them with full clarity when it comes to this stuff tonight.
Thank you, because this is very informative and I learned some things as well. So I appreciate you.
Yes, this is gonna be fun. Me and tomorrow, y'all are gonna see how much money that y'all are gonna save. I know some of y'all are gonna be like, wanna kick yourself because you're gonna be like, oh my God, I spent this much money, with people. Woody woo woo, and I didn't even get this, and it looks up. Just cry tears of joy, okay? that you won't have to waste no more money no more. Because that's how I know we were. It was like, oh my gosh, can you believe that we were spending so much money on this stuff? I'm getting a link for y'all. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah, this whole time I could have had y'all looking at this pretty PowerPoint instead of my rough hair face. But here it is. Yay. Can y'all scan this? I believe this is still the link. Let me see if I can copy this. And now yeah. Copy. And I'll also put this in the chat. Y'all also see the screen, correct? All right, I put it in the chat. I want to make sure that y'all all have this because we are going to start designing. This is the website prompt we're going to use. And y'all going to be like, no way. No way, Macy. No way. I hope y'all got y'all photos ready. Do we got photos ready for our website and landing page?
I got
Y'all
some.
got
I need some. I need some
tonight.
new ones though.
Listen, you don't need no new ones. AI gonna make you
Send it
brand
to
new.
me.
You're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, come on, coach. Coach got something for you. Give me what you got for a pork chop.
Send it to me, Kayla.
I do got some homework for y'all. All right. Do everybody got Lovable? I want to make sure y'all, because we start tomorrow. We only got 2 hours left for tomorrow, and we got to build our digital presence, right? That's going to be module 5, okay? And you see, we're only going to have 30 minutes. So tonight we got to make sure that y'all get in and set up your account, all right? So I need everybody to let me know once they set up their account, okay?
I'm
We're
set
going to
up.
have some fun, y'all.
I just set my account up, Mishi.
Yeah,
All
mine's
right,
just
you
saying
set up,
pick my
Jazz?
style.
You
I'm
got yours
set
set up,
up.
Kayla?
It just say pick your style. So
Okay,
that's
if
what
you
you meant. Okay.
I set mine up a few weeks ago when you
okay.
first shared it.
All right, coach. Well, let me tell y'all this. If you set up, you can go get off the call and start working on your homework. Remember? Because tomorrow I need your pictures, right? I need you to know your business name, your target audience, your problem solve. Remember, okay? We need to make sure we have these branding essentials tomorrow, okay? And you know why we need them? Because AI need them to put in our website, okay?
How many pictures do you want us to have
So we need
ready?
to as many as you want.
Okay.
You cannot do them tomorrow. If I look at it, if we need to change something, we'll change it. But let me tell you something, it's better to have more than less. And we need this because we're gonna have to build this, right? We can't build a website without that information because they're gonna need to know your name, your audience, your services, your contact information, right? So we're gonna need this information for tomorrow.
Even have your theme. Think about your theme, your color scheme, everything.
Yes. So we put it in the chat. So bring this tomorrow. I should be able to have Mr. Mark and Mark to help me teach tomorrow because this is his thing right here. This is his specialty. This is one of his specialties.
I'll help you out tomorrow. I'll help you out tomorrow.
Thank you, chicken plum, honey pun. Yeah, so this is gonna be fun. Business name, your tagline, right? Brand colors, logo direction, right? Social handles, domain name, just some essentials that we're gonna you need to have, right? Including, right, your offer name, right? Target audience, problem solve, right? The price and delivery method, right? Are we delivering this? Is this going to be an ebook tomorrow? Is this going to be a phone call tomorrow, right? Is this going to be a video conference tomorrow, right? What type of offer are we setting up? We need to know, okay? Ooh, Coach, this a bad photo.
Thank you. I have some prompts for you too.
Perfect. Coach can bring some prompts in tomorrow. I love it. Let's roll. Okay. How are we doing? Did everybody set up their Lovable account? Who we waiting on? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I'm probably gonna have a little more homework than everybody else because I'm cooking. I got spaghetti boiling and
Okay.
garlic bread and everything, but I'm screenshotting. I got my notes. I got everything I need.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I'm excited
Okay,
for
well, listen,
tomorrow
y'all.
too. I'm in the process of setting up my Go High level, so I'm excited for tomorrow.
Are you setting it up with us?
No, I've been doing it on my own.
No, you know we got Go High level. We set it up for you. We
Okay.
offer it. Yeah. No, you don't have to pay that much money. No, we got you. Mark. Mark said, can you call him in the morning to set it up, Manisha?
I will.
Or okay, just hold your horses, Manisha. You're gonna have plenty of time to have it ready for tomorrow, okay? Let Mark set you up, okay?
Okay,
You already
thank you.
Yes. No, we'll take care of you. And it just goes for anybody else. We'll get y'all set up, okay? We can get y'all set up in the morning before class starts at 6 o'clock, okay? Mark is available in the morning. All right, y'all. So tonight, right? If you thinking about wanting to get Go High level, I don't want y'all to spend money on nothing just yet, right? On any programs, we might have it in house that we can provide better deals, and discount and services to you all. Okay. So text us directly. We're here. I believe everybody has my number or know how to get in contact with us. But tonight, what all I want y'all to do is work on, right? Is if you have a domain, right? We're gonna use it tomorrow. If you don't have a domain, go to squarespace.com, buy your domain. They're less than $9.99, right? A month, I believe, for the year. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think it's for the year.
I think it's like $12 if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it is for the year, huh, babe? It
Yeah,
is
it was
for the
like
year.
$12 as of last week when I was helping somebody else do it.
Okay. Sometimes the price varies, depends on the name. Sometimes the names be so unpopular, it would be $7 and $9. So who knows? If you use your real name, it might be $7 to $9. So go to do that, right? That way we can have somewhere for your link, your actual website to go to. So go to squarespace.com, get your domain, right? Know your offer name, know your branding colors, right? And just be ready because tomorrow we're implementing, and you're gonna leave with a lead generating, income producing website. And I'm excited to help you grow. Okay. So y'all get some rest tonight and get excited and be excited and meet me here tomorrow. Okay. Mark and I got a lot to teach you all in a short amount of time, but we'll get to it and we'll make sure that everybody has their offer with their links. Okay. Good night.
Good
All
night.
right. See y'all tomorrow.
Good night. Thank you, guys.
Good night.